Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to this evening's edition of Movies TV Mad Live. Smash the like button. Check out my poll. What would you rather see in a Flash movie? Did you see how I got that wrong? I can't believe it. I've just noticed it. What would you rather in a Flash movie? The Flashpoint Thomas Wayne Batman, 50%. Or now is 40% on Michael Keaton's Batman. Now, I'm going to tell you what I prefer. Now, listen, I absolutely love two graphic novels, the best. Superman, The Death of Superman, right? Superman Doomsday, and Jeff Johns' Flashpoint. They are perfect stories. You can't get better than that. To swap Michael Keaton, to kick out Thomas Wayne's Batman in Flashpoint, to kick out the Amazonians versus the Atlanteans isn't a good thing. So I'm okay with Keaton being in the Flash movie, but you don't boot out the Thomas Wayne Batman from the Flashpoint universe. As I say, Death of Superman and Flashpoint are perfect graphic novels. We definitely did Death of Superman too early. I do not like the rebirth story for Superman in Justice League. And I don't like the rebirth story for Superman in Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut, a film I have a lot of time for and adore. It's not a good rebirth story. You don't do the Death of Superman, and you don't do the Superman Lives element in the Snyder Cut, in the Justice League movie. And they're doing it again with Flashpoint. The Flashpoint graphic novel is perfect. Rewind the times, 90s, Keaton all day, but Thomas Wayne would be cool too. Harris Selick, have you seen the new Superman and Lois Ep? I have. I think Anderson's arc is a bit rushed, but it's been a great season so far. Yes, I really like it. It's an amazing show, Harris. It really, really is. If they could sort that costume out, because it's so bad, it looks like an overcoat. I get what their problem is. They don't feel that Tyler is stacked enough, but they really, really have to sort that costume out. But it's a great show. It's one of the best live-action adaptations of Superman. It's a great show. I'm really impressed with it. It is so, so good. It's an original idea as well, an original idea that works. They're using John Kent as well. He's from the comics. He's meant to be like Superboy and now the next Superman. So it's great. I'm wondering if you ever get his powers. Are we really going with Jordan being the Superboy in this universe? Very interesting stuff. But as I say, I'm a big fan of Jeff Johns' Flashpoint graphic novel and The Death of Superman and Superman Lives. And as I say, you can't get better than those graphic novels. And to kick out Thomas Wayne in a Flash movie, a Flashpoint movie, isn't a good thing. You can keep Michael Keaton. I don't have an issue with Keaton being in it. But Keaton replacing Thomas Wayne, which would have been played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, by the way, is ridiculous. And it's not a good thing to do. Reno Jack, top of the morning from the West Coast, sir. Good evening to you, Reno Jack. And obviously good morning from where you are. It's a bit weird to think that people are starting their day and my day is coming to an end. Abraham Herrera, there is no sound, Mick. You've got no sound. Can someone else confirm that you can't hear me? Kyle Williams, I can hear you. Right, Abraham. The problem is at your end. Thank you very much. Reno Jack, I am hearing you just fine. Brilliant. So I'm afraid, Abraham, you may have to come off the chat and come back. So that's cool. At least the rest of you can hear me. I want Abraham to be able to hear me. But unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. So, yes, that's what I'm talking about now. A Flashpoint movie that's not going to be accurate towards the source material. The Death of Superman not being done accurately. Abraham Herrera, I hear you now. And it's a wasted opportunity because the DCEU can never do a Death of Superman again. They can do it somewhere else in a separate universe. So I don't think that was a good idea. And if you're going to do Flashpoint, and if you want to use it to reboot the universe, you can still do that. But you don't cut out the Atlanteans versus the Amazonians, especially considering that Zack touched on their kind of divisive relationship in the Snyder Cut as well. And so, yeah, quite disappointing there that two of the best graphic novels have already been and are being mishandled by the DCEU. John, it will be funny. John, it will be funny if the Barbie movie makes more money than the Flash movie. Well, listen, John, the Barbie movie is going to be shit. It's going to be a huge flop. Barbie is not relevant. She hasn't been relevant for 20 years. If you want to make a feminist movie about a toy or something relevant to these days, but that is not going to appeal to anyone. Young girls do not play with Barbies anymore, right? They go on TikTok. So I'm sorry to disappoint Margot Robbie and her Lucky Chap propaganda merchant production company. It's not going to work for her. It's going to be the biggest flop. And she's actually got one of the best directors on the planet to be involved. She's got good people to be involved. They're going to be embarrassed. This is going to be the death. This is going to be the final nail in the coffin of Margot Robbie's career. And Warner Brothers keep on humouring her. Abraham Herrera, I'm sick of these agendas. Well, one thing we can say about the internet, Abraham Herrera, and Hollywood today, they're the biggest propaganda merchants in the business. And, I don't care. Do a Barbie movie. I'm not going to see it. It's not made for me. But it's going to be a disaster. I bet you any money, if you think about all the things at the CinemaCon panel from Warner Brothers, that must have had one of the lowest trends. Absolutely pointless. A waste of everybody's time, Warner Brothers money. But as I say, they keep on humouring Margot Robbie. They didn't learn from Birds of Prey. That film is a flop because of Margot Robbie and her feminist ideals. Carl Williams, I won't dismiss Keaton's Batman because he's there for nostalgia and there is an audience for that. However, I want to see Flashpoint Batman due to the emotion the movie comic gave. Well, this is the thing. I'm not saying, but in a way, Kyle, isn't the nostalgia thing cheating? You're booting out Thomas Wayne for a bit of nostalgia. There's nothing more nostalgic than doing an accurate Flashpoint movie adapted directly from the graphic novel. Very rarely do we see superhero movies that adapt, faithfully to the comics. Matt Reeves did it. He's still obsessed with things being in the real world and stuff like that. Fair enough. They're obsessed with the real world in Hollywood rather than fantasy these days. But very rarely does that happen, and that's a shame. Reno Jack, my niece is 8 and she doesn't know or care a thing about Barbie. Of course she doesn't. Barbie hasn't been relevant for over 20 years. Over 20 years, right? I know that I think Barbie was referenced in Toy Story 2, but at the end of the day, that's a long time ago as well. So this film is going to be a disaster. And again, it sums up Toby Emmerich humouring this woman. Carl Williams, you are right. Thank you very much. I'm not always right, and I'm happy to be wrong. Nobody's universally right, of course, Kyle. Everyone comes from their own angle. But I think they dropped the ball on Death of Superman, and they're going to drop the ball on Flashpoint. Another thing I want to say, Reno Jack, the Flashpoint Batsuit is all-time serious missed opportunity if they don't bring that into live action. Well, I don't think they will. Abraham Herrera, I don't want to sound mean or insensitive, but it seems like every piece of entertainment now has to include a gay character, a trans, a disabled person, and a suffering woman. I think it's good to represent, but not force it. Yeah, and they won't even represent a bald Greek Cypriot, Anglo-Greek Cypriot. What's all that about? It's not even fair, is it? But yeah, listen, I don't mind them representing those groups of people. That's not the issue, right? But if you're going to do it properly and give those people the character development you would give white people and straight people instead of just putting them there and saying, look, it's good to be seen. Absolute nonsense. So, yeah, and something else I want to say, and using Michael Keaton's Batman as a marketing tool because they don't want to market Ezra Miller. Do they think we're blind, deaf, and dumb? Do you really think you're going to get away with it, Toby? You're not. Carl Williams, Jeffrey Dean Morgan would have been a good Thomas Wayne. The man's an amazing actor. Have you seen him in The Walking Dead? Did you see him in Supernatural, Grey's Anatomy, and other projects? He would have been a powerful, compelling Thomas Wayne. It's an absolute mistake not to use him unless they're going to surprise us. Ahmed Hickow, hey Movies TV Man, let's flash talk. The floor's yours. So I'm not happy. I've been thinking about this, right? Because I was really excited about this Flash movie, but for them to cut out so much from the Flashpoint graphic novel, and I know what Snyder fans are like, they hate Jeff Johns, but you can't take away his achievements in graphic novels. Reno Jack, the Keaton push for the Flash movie is a classic bait and switch. Well, it's funny because everyone's just going to make fun of them. You're using Batman as the pure marketing. I mean, you're not going to use the Flash. You can't get away with it. This is not like Amber Heard and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, right? She's irrelevant to that movie, really. But Ezra is very relevant. You either go back and you sack him, right? Or you have to market it with him in it. You can't pretend that he's not the main lead. I wonder if they'll even do something as dumb as reduce his role. Imagine if they do that. Kyle Williams, would you ever want a Justice League versus Crime Syndicate movie? Of course I would, Kyle. I would like anything from the comics, something that can be exciting and work. So hopefully when we start this brand new Discovery DC universe, they do the right things. So I love BVS, but ultimately they did kill Superman too soon and they did it. You can't do the death of Superman like that. You can't bring him back in a Justice League movie and hardly have Superman in a Justice League movie. I don't think it's a good idea. Zack Snyder's Justice League is a great movie, but Carl Williams, I can't wait for May 18th yet, nor can I. I think there's going to be a lot of big announcements. Some people will be upset and some people will be very, very excited. But there'll be lots of confirmation. I do believe that Toby Emmerich will be removed as chairman of Warner Brothers Pictures and given another job within the company. I smell that coming as well. He is unsackable, unfortunately, for some reason, and it's not because he's doing a good job. Carl Williams, Warner Brothers Discovery have to deliver with DC. They do, and they're saying they've got a plan. David Zaslav has said he's got a plan. So on May the 18th, we should find out what this plan is once and for all. It's no good me guessing. I've got a good idea what he's going to do. I have a good idea what's going on with the DCEU, if it's got a future or not. But I will wait and see to see what David has to say at the WB Discovery up front. I think it's going to be a very interesting time. Reno Jack, my only concerns were addressed by Green Lightning, the Batman sequel. Now I can just sit back and laugh on the 18th when the idiots get sacked. It's going to be interesting. I don't think it's necessarily about people getting sacked. I think it's about delivering on a DC Studios and a Warner Brothers Discovery Studios as well, and things like that. I'm not necessarily kind of thinking that they don't sack people like that anyway, but I think the vision of Warner Brothers Discovery for the future of this studio and DC will definitely be announced. He's had a year to plan this out. He's been doing his full diligence, talking to Hollywood people, not just at Warner Brothers, by the way. So he's been planning this for over a year. He's ready. He's planned it. It's going to be very interesting what his evolution will be. Trill J, working up for part 2 to the Batman. Yeah, very exciting. Got a bit of a long wait. I don't expect us to get any information on that movie, but sooner rather than later, he's going to have to go to work on it. He's probably writing the script now, if he hasn't already done that. So people like Matt Reeves and James Gunn are allowed to do whatever they want. John, would like to hear your thoughts on the news that Kevin Feige is planning the next 10 years of MCU movies. Well, do you know what? I thought of a good little joke, analogy, by the way. It probably took them an hour to come up with the next 10 years of the MCU. But think about this. If he was to quit Marvel Studios now, they would have 10 years of his ideas to work off of. Maybe that's why they've done that. Reno Jack, Penguin and Arkham series will tide us over until then. That's the point, yeah. To build the world out a bit. Exactly. That's the whole point. So you've already got 2 sequels, which is really exciting. My issue is I don't have HBO Max. That pisses me off. Guess who replied to me on Twitter today? Former Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar. We were debating streaming, and it was really, really good. Welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. Smash the like button, especially if I've made the effort to talk to you. Check out my poll. What would you rather in a Flash movie? Flashpoint Thomas Wayne, Batman 39%, Michael Keaton 61%. I definitely wouldn't be plumping for Michael Keaton, but he's winning. But my vote, and I can't vote from here on this, but my vote would go on Flashpoint Thomas Wayne. He's a much more compelling idea. Also a bit concerned that Keaton's smiling when he's saying, do you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. And obviously I discussed this on today's DCEU Daily. Hang on a minute. Abraham Herrera, the only MCU movie I'm kind of excited about is Black Panther because I want to see what they do with Neymar. Also but for the most part, I feel like I've had enough MCU. Yeah, and Neymar's their version of Aquaman, isn't it? Yeah, that'd be interesting, especially with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom coming next year. So obviously, we haven't spoken about the fact that they've changed the date, the release date for Shazam! Fury of the Gods yet again. They're delaying it for 5 days after Avatar 2 is being released. I told you they wouldn't stick to that date. And it's hilarious that they promoted the previous date at a convention, CinemaCon. It's embarrassing. Why not release it for that date that they announced today in the first place? They are a disaster. Reno Jack, the delivery of that line from Keaton seems very patronizing. I love the original, but the callback might be cringe. Yeah, it's an Easter egg, I'm afraid. It's worrying. It's worrying. John, do you honestly think that DC can get better under new management? Yes, John. Yes, John. I will make my mind up on this, depending on who they choose for a DC Studios. But yes, if you've got a good guy, a good woman, or whoever running a DC Studios, it's all about the leadership, isn't it? It's all about the people in charge, you know. When the guy was alive and running Apple, it was a much better company, wasn't it? Things like that. Trill J, a release date change isn't really that bad, though. No, the date itself, Trill J, isn't bad. But the fact that they told us another date at a convention and a day later changed the date when all they had to do was give us this date in the fucking first place. That's my point. Reno Jack, I was absolutely dying laughing at your video from last night, ripping apart WB for pushing back that Shazam date. Look, honestly, it's a joke. It's a joke. Why not just give us that date in the first place? But shall I tell you the most hilarious thing? Do you know why they did it? Not because they were worried initially. They found out that journalists cheered Avatar 2's footage. They shit themselves and changed the date. Yes, this is what a crazy company under Toby Emmerich, Warner Brothers Pictures, is. It's a joke. They are a disaster. I'm a DC fan. but they're a fucking disaster. Kyle Williams, I think Warner Brothers Discovery money focus should be DC, Game of Thrones, and Wizard World. Well, for example, DC and Harry Potter are the most lucrative things. Harry Potter, the original Harry Potter franchise, is the best movie franchise, equally to Lord of the Rings. I've been rewatching those films. Every movie is fantastic, emotional, to see those kids growing up together, to see all those theatrical actors, be there with these young kids as well. But Joe's story is amazing, of course, from the books, but I think it's an amazing franchise, and it shits all over the MCU. And Voldemort, unlike Thanos, who isn't a pantomime villain like Thanos, is one of the most fucking frightening villains I have ever seen in fiction. And Ralph Fiennes, wow, what a fucking performance. Abraham Herrera, it's like on Terminator 3, they tried to replicate the bar scene and put a comic spin on it. Having Arnold wear those pink glasses, just have the originals alone. No need to be making references for the sake of nostalgia. And if you're going to do it, execute it properly. But this is the era we're in. Reno Jack, why did they push it back 5 days? Don't films usually come out on Fridays? 5 days would have it out on a Wednesday. Yeah, that's when it's coming out, my friend. They could have done all of this in the first place. Why did they have Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom coming out at the same time as Avatar 2 in the first place? And why did they do it with a much weaker film in Shazam? Carl Williams, oh yeah, I forgot about Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. There's no better franchises than that, because the DCEU as a franchise isn't good, whether you like the films or not. Lance Bands, Mick, can you do a DCEU day? John, how much money do you think Doctor Strange 2 will make? Well, it's an MCU movie. Unless it's a disaster, it will definitely have a huge opening. So unless it's a disastrous film, and I think it will please people, because people just have to hear the word Marvel Studios, and it works. So I think it's going to make maybe $1.5 billion if it's as good as people say it is. They've seen the opening 10, 20 minutes, and people are saying how amazing it is. So yes, John, it's going to make a lot of money. Ben Pottiman, Marvel doesn't do comic accurate, and it's successful. Well, actually, Ben, Phase 1 is pretty comic accurate, right? And it's a lot more comic accurate than the DCEU is. So I'm sorry, Ben, the death of Superman wasn't done well. The rebirth story in Justice League, where it's Justice League or the Snyder Cut, isn't to my liking. The Death of Superman's a great graphic novel. You can't get better than that. Superman's rebirth story in the Snyder Cut is nowhere near the quality in the graphic novel. Flashpoint, what they're doing with Flashpoint. Flashpoint's a perfect graphic novel again, and you're cutting out elements? Nah, not for me. Trill J. John, with all the TV spots, less than 1 billion for sure. Ben Pottimeyer, Flashpoint isn't Flashpoint without Thomas Wayne. He's the main part of the story, exactly. Carl Williams, do you think after Black Adam, Dr. Fate should get a TV show or movie? Dr. Fate, would he work on his own? He's an interesting character. He certainly could work either in a film or an HBO Max streaming show, I think. He could work in either. Trill J, Ben Wright. Trill J, but to be honest, I think we should all just was. I think you may need to rephrase that. Ben Pottimeyer, Marvel costumes look nothing like the comics neither. DC or Marvel are comic accurate. Well, if we're going to I'm not talking about the costumes. I'm talking about, being faithful. And I'm not talking about Marvel, my friend. I'm talking about DC. Forget Marvel. I'm talking about DC. The Death of Superman and Flashpoints are two of the best graphic novels of all time, and they're missing it. They're dropping the ball. John, I hated that they did the Death of Superman story in BVS. The BVS part isn't so bad. It's the rebirth story in Justice League where they dropped the ball. Children, I think we should just wait until film comes out and then judge. No need to keep talking down on Warner Discovery. Well, I'm not talking down on Warner Discovery because the creative decisions in the Flash movie or even BVS or the Justice League movie are nothing to do with them. Android 118XX, unfortunately, how Marvel has done is the past is that with Neymar, they'll make a small character huge and make it more successful than DC's original like Aquaman. Well, actually, the Aquaman movie, Android 118XX, is one of the few times that they actually got it right. So we'll see what they do with Neymar. I'm sure they'll get him right because Fager's a genius. If I don't think he's going to be. I think the first Aquaman movie is great. I think Aquaman sequel will be a good movie. And considering Trilogy, they've delayed the movie. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait till June to judge the movie when there's so many things coming out about that movie. They've leaked that entire movie, which means we can have an opinion about it. And the leaks are accurate. They've leaked the Shazam Fury of the Gods movie. I know exactly what's going to happen in that movie. And I know those leaks are accurate as well. They're leaking out their movies. What is their problem? I don't care about comic book accuracy. I care about a good story inspired on a comic book. Well, there's no better stories, my friend, than the Death of Superman graphic novel and Jeff Johns' Flashpoint graphic novel. There's no better stories than that. And when I watch a Justice League movie, I don't want to have about 5 minutes of Superman. Nah, not for me. That's my opinion. And there's very little comic book accuracy these days. And the point is, with Superman the movie, for example, it wasn't a copy and paste of any graphic novel, but the display of Superman, his personality, that was accurate. Trilogy, Abraham, you don't, but the main audience does, and DC fans are too strict on changing things. Well, the big problem is, Trilogy, we've had very few kind of faithful source material live action CBMs or TV shows. I mean, the Batman was very faithful to its source material, but that's rare. Abraham Herrera, so you didn't like Zack Snyder's Justice League, Mick? I love Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I don't like Superman's rebirth story in that or in Justice League. John, I saw on TikTok a video of Jason Momoa reacting to the Johnny and Amber trial. No. Are you sure they didn't edit it? Maybe it was edited. Android 108XX. Now the Shazam has been leaked. What is going on? Why are these leaks happening? Well, it's a dumb studio, isn't it? Ben Pottimeyer, my point, Mickey, is you're saying DC needs to be comics accurate. I'm saying why it doesn't need to be so successful. It needs to be attainable to general audience. Well, you've got two very important audiences, my friend. Real DC Comics fans who actually read the comics and know them off by heart, and the general audience, right? And as I've said, there's no better two graphic novels at DC Comics than Flashpoint by Jeff Johns and The Death of Superman. So what you don't do is have part 2 of The Death of Superman in a Justice League movie, which takes away from seeing Superman in the movie. That's my point. I'm not saying everything DC has to be comic book accurate, so don't twist what I'm saying. I don't think any Superman fan can say, wasn't it good that we didn't have much of Superman in a Justice League movie? Trilogy, I'm sorry, mate, but as a DC fan, well, don't be sorry. DC fans, we've had plenty of people give Snyder too much of a hard time, yet didn't tell Christopher Nolan nothing when he had Bale Batman slaughtering people in car chase and let as die. Well, I'm not talking about that, my friend. I'm talking about two very brilliant graphic novels, which are basically being done dirty on. I'm not talking about Batman killing in any movies. That's not really what I'm talking about. I mean, if you want to stray from that to prove your point, that's another thing. Android 118XX, you didn't like Superman's revival scene from Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think it was cool. Can you be a bit more specific? I don't think what they did there, it's cool, but I don't think what they did there is anywhere near the quality of actual Superman's rebirth story in The Death of Superman and Superman Lives, which is a much cooler story. Much cooler story. True J, there are cheering on Michael Keaton, the Batman. They just kept killing, yet they tried to call him the best. Yeah, again, I'm not going to be drawn on Batman killing or not killing, because I've discussed that in the past. I think Batman shouldn't kill. I don't agree with that. And I think Matt Reeves made the right decision as a hardcore Batman fan. I don't think Superman should kill either. That's my opinion. But I am talking about how they're dropping the ball on two iconic graphic novels. And the Keaton Batman. They've dumped Thomas Wayne, Flashpoint Batman, for a ready-made iconic Batman, so they don't actually have to do any hard work. And now they're using Keaton as the marketing for the movie and shying away from Ezra Miller. It isn't going to work. True, Jay, you see, fans wanted to take advantage because Snyder was the first director to actually give us a universe. They couldn't even be grateful for that. DC fans are too strict. I know, because I am one. Well, they may be strict, my friend, but they get very few live action content that's actually anything near the source material. So that's frustration. And I don't blame them. I don't think they're too strict. Reno Jack, the reason why this is such an issue is because the specific graphic novels being cited are absolutely iconic stories that would be great if faithfully interpreted. Exactly. You would make a better movie. Ben Pottimer, it's perfect. Superman unsure himself, dies saying everyone he has to die on Earth to embrace humanity. He was born on Krypton. Now he's rebirth on Earth and finally understands his purpose. But I still hardly saw my hero in a Justice League movie. A Superman rebirth story, a Justice League movie was the wrong place for a Superman rebirth story. It took him away from us and probably would have taken away from the box office. Android 118 XXO, yeah, I do prefer the comic book or animated version of his revival, but I don't know how they'll do that for Zack Snyder's Justice League story. Well, do it. But they didn't do it. John, have you seen the new trailer for Jurassic Park Dominion? No, I was too busy today. It did come on. But of course, typical WB, no Aquaman, no Shazam Fury of the Gods, and no Black Adam trailers. Typical of them. George, no, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to see a movie do exactly what the comic did. While I'm watching it far than just go read the comic. Nah. If you're going to touch, right? Okay then. So they shouldn't even bother adapting these stories then. So don't adapt the stories, because Trill J said he'd rather watch something original in a film. I don't agree with that at all, because what they did was less superior than the actual comic books. There's no point even touching those stories if you're not going to do them properly. Abraham Herrera, I kind of don't care what happens anymore. WB is like the girlfriend that you can't take seriously anymore because of how many times she's fucked up and you even cheat on her for fun. Android 108 XX, I would like to see Johnny Depp play a DC character. Yeah, I was saying on Twitter, wouldn't it be amusing if Amber is deleted and he gets a cameo role on Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom? Reno Jack Trilge, it doesn't have to be the same beat. You can't not have Thomas Wayne in Flashpoint. It's a vital part, of course. That's the point I'm making. Giorgio, listen, mate, what I'm saying is you can do the story, just don't do it exactly how it is, but keep the more beliefs of the characters. Well, listen, you don't have to, as the other person said to you, you don't have to go beat for beat, but you don't get rid of Thomas Wayne. You don't get rid of the Atlantean Amazon battle. That's one of the most iconic things about Flashpoint. You don't swap Flashpoint Superman for Flashpoint Supergirl. Ben Pottimer, he went away because he died. Ha ha ha. Joe movie would happen because Supes would just within 3 seconds. It's called story arc. Super was gone for half a movie. It's not Superman universe. It's the JL story. So as a Superman fan, right, I think you're just blagging it a bit there, Ben Pottimer. As a Superman fan, I should be satisfied with 5 fucking minutes of Superman in a Justice League movie. No, I don't accept that. I don't like that. Trill J, Reno died. I didn't say you can't have Thomas Wayne in Flashpoint. Have you even been paying attention to what I'm saying? A Justice League movie, 5 minutes of Superman? That ain't right. Sorry, that is not right. Reno Jack, Trill J, yeah. Hey man, I think Trill J thinks you want a Lion King type thing where they copy and paste the same story. I wouldn't mind a copy and paste, by the way, because Flashpoint's a much better story than Hollywood writers and directors could do anyway. You ain't getting better than that. People would be excited. You'd make money. It ain't rocket science. Children, yeah, Justice League should have come before a movie like BVS. Well, BVS shouldn't have happened anyway. That should have been a Batman origin movie. So they just did it because they weren't happy with the Man of Steel box office. They're a mess. They've been making bad decisions from the beginning. And I can tell you that I like Man of Steel, BVS. I even like the first Suicide Squad. I love Wonder Woman. I love Aquaman. I love Shazam. But at the end of the day, they've still been making mistakes. It ain't a proper franchise. Andrew at 108XX. The main problem for Cavill's Superman death and revival is because of the timing of it. Something like that should have happened a lot sooner. That way we would have felt that connection like how Tony did. Well, you couldn't have a death of Superman any sooner than the second movie, could you? Do you mean a lot later? Ben Pottimer, it's a version of Flashpoint idea, not a Flashpoint movie without Thomas. Stop calling it a Flashpoint movie. Well, it is a Flashpoint movie, Ben. Sorry. And they're cutting out all the best bits from it. End of story. John, I wish Superman had the red and blue suit in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And now he's got the black suit because obviously he's continuing his arc. Carl Williams agreed it should have been a Batman origin movie. So many mistakes, so many mistakes. And I mean, you can't keep on explaining your movies that people didn't understand on Vera. A Superman Rebirth story shouldn't be done on a Justice League movie. And everybody knows that, but people are biased. Andrew 108XX, having Superman die and revive should have happened a lot later, but oh well. Yes, definitely. And you don't do the Rebirth story in a Justice League movie and take away Superman. But Snyder isn't really a Superman man anyway. And I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Look how much we got of Cyborg, right? And we had that of Superman and that of Cyborg. And we all know why. Ben Pottimer, so you're wanting a second Superman solo movie? We got was Dawn of JL's story, period. Well, as Henry Cavill said, we should have had a Man of Steel 2, yes. But you can't do a Superman Rebirth story in a Justice League movie. Well, you can do it because they did it. But it didn't work. It did not work. That's not the place you do a Superman Rebirth story or a Justice League movie. It simply didn't work. But it's okay. Cyborg got lots of screen time, so who cares about Superman, right? Ayman Herrera, Super Solo film was going to come after JL 1 and 2. Well, bringing him back to life in a Justice League movie doesn't do it for me. which means you don't have any Superman hardly in a Justice League movie. Trill J, I'm glad Cyborg was the heart of the film. I don't mind him being the heart of the film, but he had a lot of sequences, and I know why he's the heart of the film. We all know why he's the heart of the film. Because we've got to give the most represented minority in Hollywood lots of representation and ignore other minorities. And let's just give Superman 5 minutes. Let's give the greatest superhero ever 5 minutes. Reno Jack, a version of Flashpoint idea sounds like great source material ruined by creatively bankrupt Hollywood writers who falsely believe their contributors make it better. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. John, if we get Spider-Man 4 with Toby, do you think it will be in the MCU or the Sony universe? 100% the Sony universe, and that's where I want it. Abraham Herrera, you feel like you've been wrong because you are such a big Superman fan. I get it. Well, it's not just that I'm a big Superman fan. 5 minutes of Superman in a Justice League movie. Come on. The most biased person can't blag that. Ben Pottimer, it's successful, it worked, it was epic. The death of Superman is okay comic. It's not the best writing. Come on. It's not the best writing. But Chris Terrio's writing on Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut, I bet, is superior to that. No, I don't agree. You don't get better than the death of Superman story. I don't agree, Ben Pottimer. I'm sorry. Andrew at 118XX. I really wanted Cavill's Superman to be developed with each solo movie, also a bit in the group. Movies, exactly. He's Superman. He matters. Trill J. But to be honest, Superman was never going to get justice in the Snyderverse. He was too vulnerable and let Darkseid. Trill J. Well, Far's right. Now Batman is the greatest superhero ever. Yeah, imagine getting 5 minutes of Batman in a Justice League movie, and let's see what you think about that. And don't say you wouldn't mind, because you would. I mean, I can't trust you people anyway. I mean, you're voting for Michael Keaton over Flashpoint Batman. I mean, there's no hope for you. There's no hope for you. No way would I plump for Michael Keaton over Flashpoint Batman. No way. And Martha Wayne as Joker. Nah, no way. Reno Jack, I voted twice for Flashpoint Batman. Children, I mean, just being honest. He is, and I voted for Thomas Wayne. His Batman is dope as hell. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing that role would be so compelling. How can they not want to do that? Unless they're going to give us a surprise, which I doubt. For John, they even made a Death of Superman video game on the Super Nintendo. They did, yes. Awesome. Awesome game. Android 118XX, even though we had BVS, it would be great to have a Batman Superman Public Enemies movie. I think that'd probably be better. Abraham Herrera, but the fact the writers, producers, she away from Superman says a lot about the character. I think it's actually flattering me. Your favorite superhero is such a good character. People are afraid. Ben Pottimeyer, Chris Terrio is an Oscar winner. He's a great writer for what Zack wanted. I don't want a studio Superman. I want someone who cares and can reinterpret the character for new generation. So you'd prefer an epic character like Superman given 5 minutes in a Justice League. I don't care that Terrio has an Oscar. I don't give a shit. He wrote a great movie, but they reduced Superman. Siesta Director. Hey, Mick, good evening, Siesta Director. Reimaginations, it's all right blagging it as a reimagination. You took Superman out. You can't do a rebirth story in a Justice League movie. It doesn't work. And if I actually had more hardcore DC Comics fans following this channel, I'm sure they would agree with me, and that poll would be a lot different as well. But hey, it's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm just saying. I'm here. Ben, you need to calm down or Mick will explode, lol. No, he's entitled to have his opinion, but I'm going to give my opinion. Like, you're going to give your opinion, I'm going to give my opinion. And you don't do it in a Justice League movie. You don't bring Superman back to life in a Justice League movie. They had 4 hours and they had 5 minutes of Superman. It's ridiculous. Come on. So yes, the director, I voted for Keaton. Once he says you want to get nuts in the film, I will explode. No, not for me. Don't agree with that. Trilogy. In the end, Superman just isn't the main focus anymore. Well, he should be. He should be. They should equally be the main focus. That's actually the point of having a league of fucking superheroes. Oh, I know. Let's give Cyborg the whole movie, right? We know why. Hip, so cool. Android 108XX. I wonder how much screen time Superman would have had if Zack didn't leave and we had the originals, Zack Snyder's Justice League running time, not the 4-hour version. Well, a lot less. Trill J, sister director, now give me that Thomas Wayne Batman. Me too. Especially played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. That would have been the best thing ever. These people don't have an idea. I'm looking forward to the Flash movie. But, you know. Ahmed Hicko, I think till the Flash movie comes out, the Ezra situation would be solved. I think people should just stop attacking the guy as a whole. I am saying this so the movie gets released. Well, it's quite simple. The man's a violent criminal, my friend. He's hurt people. So maybe it's him who should stop attacking people. I think it's okay for people to verbally attack a criminal and a violent thug. And people are not going to forget because he keeps on reoffending. Trill J, that dark Flashpoint world is so beautiful. It is. Reno Jack, Batman and Superman are yin and yang. They are meant to complement each other as well as provide contrast. So both are better for the existence of the other. Absolutely. One day someone will do my hero the right way. Even Henry Cavill's got better ideas for Superman. And when Hicko, he's mentally, no excuse. He's just a spoiled little brat. He's not mentally ill. That's just an excuse. That's an excuse society uses today for doing bad shit. He's not mentally ill to be a movie star and make millions, though, is he? He ain't mentally ill to go dancing in Hawaii. That's all right. But when he goes hurting people and putting people in danger, he's mentally ill. Let's make the excuses. And now they're not even using him in the marketing. Android 108XX. Tarantino is the one for the Superman movie, Mick. It would probably be another controversial take, though. We need someone to make Superman who gets Superman. Ben Pottimate's called 2 more movies after JL5 movie art would have been enough to tell Superman's story. I blame the studio for rushing a Team JL in the second installment. Zack came up with the story to please studio. Reno Jack, they should replace Ezra with Justice Long. They look alike and Justin is funnier anyway. Trill J, Reno Jack, yes, but not really. That's only when it comes to Justice League Batman. He's no friend. Bruce loves Clark, but when he is who he really is, he can care less. And Superman is just a peer good. A peer good or a god? We have 30 votes on my poll. So, who would you rather in a Flash movie? Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne, Batman, 37%. Michael Keaton, 63%. Cam Newton. I think Ezra Miller will get his act together. He is dealing with a tragedy just happened in February. Right, Cam, I'm going to take you up on that. I've lost both my parents, right, in 2 years. Do you see me going out, chucking stuff at people, threatening a woman? No, you don't. It's no excuse. And I know where you got that from, Grace Randolph, the old WB shill herself. Bat Super, Sam Raimi is the only I could trust making a mainstream Superman for the 2020s. That would be amazing. Android 108XX. Who is God's name can do a Superman movie? Oh, there's lots of people out there that can do it. Abin Hicko, he's mentally ill. We should act wisely around and try to help him. Attacking him would only make the situation worse. How do you know he's mentally ill? You don't know he's mentally ill. He can easily be a spoilt brat acting out. Please, you've got no sympathy for the people he's actually attacking. John, I can see a lot of Batman merchandise when the Flash movie comes out. Trill J, why you all want to see 70-year-old Michael Keaton in the Batsuit? You're all some bandwagons. It's easy, isn't it? You put him there, they think they're going to make money. Cam Newton, Ahmed Hicko, I agree, Ahmed. As someone who has suffered from mental health, I can see it. Yes, Cam, I've suffered with mental health. I still suffer. I control my mental illness. I don't go around threatening people and putting people in danger. It's no excuse. But let's defend the millionaire superstar with no sympathy to the people he's victimized. Reno Jack, Trill J, definitely, but I meant in those scenarios where they cross over. End of the day, I'm fine with both being standalone in the film by referring to the comic mythos. Trill J, he's not mentally ill, he's just loyal to Snyder. You all don't understand Hollywood. Yeah, he's probably doing all this on purpose anyway. If it were me, he would be sacked. The movie would be delayed for 2 years. We'd be recasting and starting again. And I wouldn't give a shit about the money because they're going to lose money anyway when the movie's released. All these psychiatrists deciding he's mentally ill. Batsuper, everyone else I can think of would either make a controversial Superman or try to copy 78. Yeah, there's no point copying 78, but it's important to be faithful to who Superman is in the comics. Trill J, Reno Jack, yeah, but I'm kind of over some of these comics changing things about the characters. Agreed? Reno Jack, even if Ezra is mentally ill, that's fine, but he shouldn't be the actor for a multi-million-dollar film franchise. Then that comes with certain responsibilities. Yeah, he's all right taking the money, right, to do those movies, but he's not all right to behave when he goes out for social events. Please. Ben Pottimer, I love Keaton, but man, we were so close to have Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play Thomas Wayne. A true Flashpoint story. Batfleck received letter at end would be so emotional. That would be so cool. It would. Trill J, hell you know what let Patty Jenkins do Superman. I want to see how it turns out. No, Trill J, she's a crap director and she should never touch Superman. Never. Ken Newton, are you a fan of Michael Keaton Batman? You don't sound like one. He is the definitive Batman for sure. I love Michael Keaton. I love his Batman, but I don't want him replacing the OG Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman, my friend. Android 118XX, you can't bring up the mentally ill excuse. What about the criminals? Obviously, they're mentally ill. Does that mean we do nothing? Exactly. It's bullshit. Let's feel sorry for the millionaire and not his working class victims. It's typical of the society we live in today. Yeah, Jack the Ripper was mentally ill. Let's refuse him, right? The person who abducted, the McCann girl, mentally ill. Do you know what I mean? Reno Jack, Cam Newton, that's your subjective opinion, sir. And I mean, we all know about Jimmy Savile, right? Imagine if we all started saying, but he's mentally ill, or he was mentally ill, right? Clearly he was fucking mentally ill. That's no bloody excuse, right? It's not those children's fault that he was mentally ill, right? Ben Pottimer, I want a Kite Man movie interpreted from a war of jokes and riddles. Hell yeah. Trill J, Michael Keaton is not the definitive Batman. Stop. Do you know how many times he killed people? Just bandwagon. Anything that's OG Cam. Bat Super, I can't trust Patty Jenkins after Wonder Woman 84. No way. Trill J's been on the old, there's no way she should come anywhere near Superman. She's probably not even actually going to do Wonder Woman 3. Patty Jenkins doing My Hero, no way, let me rephrase that, making a film with My Hero in it. I just picture Patty Jenkins being done by Superman now. That would be painful for her. Cam Newton, Reno Jack, of course, I take it that Batfleck is your Batman. You see, I don't know about Reno, but I don't have a Batman. I love them all. That's not the point. It's not about bias. Michael Keaton's Batman isn't better than the OG Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman. Bat Super, Patty, no sword, Jenkins, yeah, ridiculous. Reno Jack, Cam, no sir. Trill J, I heard from Jodie's corner she pitched a good Superman script to Warner Brothers. Yeah, you know why he's saying that? Because he's fucking mates with her and he's up her backside. That's why he's saying that. You can't listen to him. Ben Pottimer, is Patty still doing the Star Wars movie? No, she's not. Reno Jack, my Batman is Bruce Wayne. Exactly. My Superman's Clark Kent. Android 118 XX. It's up to mentally ill people what they do. If they want to do bad, they deserve the punishment. No excuses. Well, he should be in an asylum. If he's mentally ill, chuck him in an asylum then. Why is he making billion-dollar movies? Come on, you can't have it always. It's an excuse. It's a lame excuse. Nobody has any sympathy for the man's victims. It's actually disgusting to have that attitude. Please smash the like button, everyone. Come on, let's be having you 7 likes. That's pathetic. It's nuts. Trill J, he's not mentally ill. He's loyal to Snyder. It's all about loyalty. It's two sides of the DCEU right now. Pay attention. Cam Newton will like specific portrayals of characters while liking the character, of course. Just some iterations of the character for me. Red Panda, the moment when Bruce Wayne reads Thomas Wayne's letter in Flashpoint, the animated movie was heartbreaking. They should keep the original Flashpoint story. They should, but they won't. John, do you think we could hear about Jack's Joker in the Flash movie? Yes, I imagine so. There'll be some kind of respect paid for him, for sure. Some kind of reference. Ben Pottimer, that would be cool, John. I agree. Cam Newton, I wonder if they will show Zod killing baby Clark in the Flash film. That's interesting. I mean, I don't think we're literally going to see him killing a baby, but we may see something from an angle. Trill J, Red Panda, that's supposed to be Ben Affleck now. I have to look at old Michael Keaton, bruh. Even though I love Keaton, nah, miss me. Miss me. Welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. I'm Mick, your host with the most. We have 12 viewers, 8 likes. We have a poll. What would you rather see in a Flash movie? Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne, Superman, Wayne, Batman, getting my words mixed up, 39%. Michael Keaton, 61%. Trill J, Cam, they don't like the Snyderverse lol. Android 118 XX, who is the Batman for the Flash movie? Was Keaton originally meant to be the Batman in the Flash movie, or was it going to be Thomas Wayne with a different actor? It was going to be Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Zack Snyder cast him, of course, because he had him in Watchmen. He was going to be the Thomas Wayne. It wasn't originally going to be Michael Keaton. Red Panda, the storyline with 2 Barrys and no Reverse Flash is a red flag. But I really hope the Flash will be good. Yeah, you can see them fucking up Reverse Flash from now. Cam Newton, Shazam 2 pushing its date back was smart. It will still make that Christmas holiday money. Yeah, Cam, they didn't have to. They could have given us that date from the very beginning. And the only reason they changed the date because people were applauding Avatar at CinemaCon. It's ridiculous. The date is right. The way they went about getting to that date was ridiculous. Ben Pottimer, Thomas Wayne isn't in the Flash movie anymore. Trill J, Android, the Flash was never even supposed to go back in time again until Superman killed everyone. Bat Super, I just hope they aren't doing Justice League humor in the Flash. I hope the lasso thing isn't true. Rice Huxtable, yo. Cam Newton, Red Panda, I disagree respectfully. Reverse Flash can be the villain in the third film. I have to wait for a third movie. Great. Android 118 XX, do you know why they made the changes from Jeffrey to Keaton? Yes, because it's easy, because they're lazy. John out Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, Black Adam, and The Flash, which do you think will make the most money? So I think it will be, first it will be Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, then it will be Black Adam, then it will probably maybe be Flash, then it will be Shazam. Reno Jack, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Matt Reeves' decision to keep his universe standalone is aging like a fine wine. What a mess the extended universe is. Oh, yeah, it's beyond a mess. Trill J, Bat Super. Yeah, I don't like them playing with Batman like that. Take that lasso scene out. What lasso scene is this? Tell me about this lasso scene, someone. I haven't heard about this. Cam Newton, the Batman is the highest DC film on HBO Max. Well, that's not a surprise. It's a Batman film just come out of theatres. That's not a surprise. It's a great result, though. Great box office, great success. Batman 2's 2 spin-offs on HBO Max. Very exciting. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Yes, so someone tell me about this lasso thing. I don't know about this lasso thing. Bat Super Triljo, yeah, they are trying to make him goofy. Tell me about the lasso. Reno Jack, Triljo. Triljo, Batman and Flash are supposed to touch Wonder Woman's lasso of truth and admit embarrassing things for a laughing scene. That's what they did with Aquaman. Oh, for crying out loud, this film is Justice League all over again. These fucking people. Welcome to the world of Toby Emmerich. Bat Super. There is leak where Batman touches the lasso of truth and says embarrassing stuff. Rich Huxtable, 60s Batman or Clooney Batman? 60s Batman every day. Adman Hickard, the response of a tragic event is different from one person to another. Here we go. Not everyone is strong enough to handle it. Movies, TV man, of course, I feel sorry for people that is attacked. But let's see. I'm sorry, that's another lame excuse that everyone handles it differently. He's a millionaire. He's got a responsibility. If he hasn't got the mental strength to be in that position, he shouldn't be in it. But he's still taking the money, right? Android 180 XX. Was the Flash movie going to take place after Zack's nightmare arc, after evil Superman killed everyone with the Flash escaping? If so, that would have been cool. It would have, and I'm not sure if that was how it was going to be scheduled. Ben Pottimer, Dark Knight and Batman Begins would be lit if it was on HBO Max, lol, when it comes out. Cam Newton, do you like the Flash's updated logo? I think I like it. I don't mind the logo at all. And when Hickal, the situation from a different view. Well, not really. You're making excuses as far as I'm concerned. Alex, the Flash Justice League 2. Yep. Basically, Alex, you're spot on. Red Panda, the Avatar 2 trailer being shown before Doctor Strange 2 is a smart move, but I still have no interest in that movie. Rick's Huxtable, there's a leak for the Flash that Batfleck comes out as bisexual. I think you're winding me up now, ain't you? Ben Pottimer, exactly why people crave what Snyder did and wants to do WB won't change. Wake up. Cam Newton, Ahmed Hickel, good point. Ahmed, I feel sorry for all parties involved, but like the Flash, we must forgive. Well, it's not my position to forgive him, but they're not even using him now for the marketing. That's how big a problem he is. Trill J, Alex, I have to disagree. I don't like making Batman goofy. He's supposed to be always brooding and standing out among his Justice League colleagues. Android 118XX, Batman touching lasso of truth and saying embarrassing things. I thought these people have learned their lesson. Nope, Hollywood never learns. Ahmed Hikam, not forgive, but help. Red Panda, maybe we'll see Affleck's Robin that died somehow in the Flash. Wouldn't that be good? Trill J Mick, will you ever forgive Jude though? I don't know who you're talking about. But Super Batman in Justice League was competing with 50s Batman for the Goofy Trophy. Yep. Red Panda, you have so many t-shirts and caps with Superman, don't you? I certainly do. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I must remember to read people's comments before I read them out loud. Trill J, Red Panda, no, it's more about pushing the Snyderverse to the side. In my opinion, Flash won't even go save them. That world is done. Darkseid and Superman will kill them. All sad ending for the Snyderverse. Reese Huxtable, favorite MCU movie? Probably Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Infinity War's pretty good. Android 180XX. Honestly, man, just scrap everything, scrap it all. Discovery just needs to give us their own version of the DCEU, which I'm confident in. I think that will happen. Chill J, Mick, let's be honest, that's a sad ending. It's a tragic ending. Cam Newton, Zack Snyder Justice League was very good. Cyborg had a better art, The Flash had the best moments, and Superman was used when he needed to be used. Nope, don't agree, Cam, at all. 5 minutes of Superman is not good enough at all. John, how many times did you see Man of Steel in cinemas? I saw Man of Steel 3 times in cinemas. Reno Jet, the humour in Clooney's Batman film is 100 times funnier than anything in Justice League. Yeah, the DCEU can't actually do humour, by the way. Even the Shazam stuff is cringy. Oh, Trill J, Cam, nah, but he was badass when he showed up in the Snyderverse. Loved it. Cam Newton, I can see that, Mick, but if Seaman was there from the beginning, it would have gone pretty boring and he would have just saved the day quickly. Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because Steppenwolf could have been powered up. They made Superman too strong. He beat him easily, but he could have been as strong as Superman in that movie, and that wouldn't be a problem. And Superman should never make anything boring. Alex, makes me sad how the DCEU bastardized Snyder's vision. I agree. Reno Jack, personally, it boggles my mind how people like Ezra take on Flash, talk about not accurate. He's made to be a little geek who fans are gonna end with Superman killing. Where am I? Accurate. He's made to be a little geek who fans are out over heroes. He should be their equal. Android 180XX, True J Snyderverse wasn't going to end with Superman killing everyone. When did you get that from? Ben Pottimeyer, it's either continue with Zack's universe or start again with different rich executives. The reason they stopped with Zack was doing it in jail because they are scared and don't understand. They would do it again. But Super, the humor in Zack Snyder's Justice League was great. It wasn't forced. It fit perfectly. Trill J, Cam, nah, that Steppenwolf was strong. Glad I'm not alive in the Snyderverse. Yeah, he was basically Steppenwolf was strong for the whole movie. He was an equal to Wonder Woman, but when it comes to Superman, Superman was too strong. Ridiculous. Trill J, Android, it will now because Barry isn't going to save them, and yes, Superman Darkseid kills them off. Flash was the only one who was going to survive, really, but the Flash could have saved them, but he was too busy partying in Hawaii. Ezra Miller is the reverse Flash. Reno Jack, Red Panda, you could have at least pulled that punch. I did. Red Panda, the humour in Batman was perfect. Thumb drive. That was a very good gag. And I mean, even when he kicks the shit out of Steppenwolf, Superman, it looks like he's bullying him. And I mean, Superman's got it, and Wonder Woman chops his head off. Was there any need? Reno Jack, Red Panda, you could have at least put Bat Super. I think the Mother Box jolted Supes pretty hard because he was mad powerful, too powerful. Cam Newton, the Flash will deal with mental health issues. Sounds like it will be the deepest DC film yet. Ben Pottimer, Reno, he saves the team and world. He's there and equal at the moment. The best of the best. Sound familiar? Trill J, and when I say Superman and Darkseid will kill them, all what I'm trying to say is the Snyderverse isn't returning, so Barry's basically leaving them to die. Yes, he's partying in Hawaii. Android 180 XX Trill J, but that story hasn't even taken place yet. We only saw the vision from Cyborg. That's about it. Alex, I don't think he'd do that in the original Justice League script. Alex, Zack Snyder appealed to the whining fanboys by making Superman so overpowered. He shouldn't have done that. Reno Jack Ben, after being constantly encouraged by all his peers because he is scared to go fast. Smash the like button, everyone. We've got 13 people in the chat. My poll is shaping up well. What would you rather in the Flash movie? Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne, Batman, 40%. Michael Keaton, 60%. John, do you think Ezra will do a good job as evil version of Barry in the Flash movie? Yes, they've typecast him. Yeah. I think he'll do okay. Listen, I kind of worry about what they're doing with that, having him playing the same character. That could be problematic. Trill J, Android, at the end, Batfleck calls Barry for help. Now tell me, do you really think WB is going to do Snyderverse? No, so what does that mean? They're going to basically die? You have to look at it as a comic. Cam Newton, I agree, mate. Superman is a bit too overpowered. You have to give him an actual challenge. If you don't, it's like watching Hulk Hogan going up against a jobber wrestler. Yeah, you can't do it. That was a mistake. Ben Pottimer, because he can cause a flashpoint by going too fast. It's dangerous. He mature enough to recognize that. Red Panda, what's happening with Aquaman 2 and the thing with Amber Heard? Nothing at the moment. Trill J, Cam, no need, just call Batman. Trill J, Cam, no need, just call Batman. Reno Jack, Ben, fair play. If you like the story, I'm happy for you. It's just my opinion. Doesn't matter at all. Trill J, I think I'm going to love the new DC though, so am I. Android 108 XX. Trill J, so we will know about the Snyderverse being dead in the Flash movie. Trill J, Android, they're not restoring it. That's Trill J's opinion, of course. He can't know that for sure. Smash that like button, everyone. Cam Newton, for Wonder Woman 3, I'll give Patty a chance. This is the woman that made the classic Monster. I don't know about Monster because I haven't seen it, but at the end of the day, that's not a superhero movie. I'm not willing to give her another chance. She should not be making Wonder Woman 3. And hopefully she doesn't. Children, everyone leave a like on the video. Reno, all good. Please. Thank you, Trilj. Ben Pottimer, it's cool telling a story arc for character Flash is essential to JL. Most important character, but I get what you're saying, Reno. All good? Trilj, I want Patty to do Wonder Woman 3. It's only fair. No, it's not fair because she's creatively bankrupt. She shouldn't be making that film. It's ridiculous. It's going to be shit. Carl Williams, did Zack produce Wonder Woman? He did. He produces all DCEU movies. Cam Newton, she's writing and directing it. I think have to wait and see if Mick. You never know. Well, she's taking a bit long. Wonder Woman 3 was not mentioned at CinemaCon. The Batman was, which won't be seen by till 2024, 2025. It's curious. Android 118XX, I don't believe all the Snyderverse characters being dead and Barry not going to save them. I just don't. Not until I see that for myself on the screen. Therefore, Snyderverse is intact. John, Grant Gustin did a good job at playing an evil version of Barry in the Flash series. He certainly did. Grant is a fantastic all-round actor. Children, Cam Newton, as long as she doesn't pull an 84, I'm good. If she does, her new name is Karen. I think it already is. Alex, how does Zack Snyder produce the Suicide Squad when he has no connection to the project? Does he get paid for it even though he does not work on the movie? He was involved with the development of the first Suicide Squad. It had characters from the first Suicide Squad. That's why he got a producer's credit. If you got a credit on a movie, you get paid. Trill J. Alex, he made the DCEU. Yeah, he developed it. That's for sure. So he produces every movie. Alex, okay, I understand. Thanks, Mick. Oh, I do love talking to you, muggles. Reno Jack, we really going to let Patty rest on her laurels because she made a good movie 19 years ago? She probably ghost directed it anyway. Yeah, she's been living rent-free with that movie ever since. Ben Pottimer, the character Zack created in Zack Snyder, so he gets some credit. Alex, have you seen New Fantastic Beasts? Is it any good? I think it's a brilliant movie. I'm a big fan of the Harry Potter franchise, and I think this was a really good film. Some people calling it boring. I think that's because they don't like Joe Rowling. But yeah, I thought it was a good film. And the more we get about, what's his name, Dumbledore, the better. He's such a fascinating character. Children, Patty deserves to finish her arc. What arc? What arc? I just don't want another release to cut, because if that happens, I'm going to jump off a bridge. Well, there's no release to cut of a movie she doesn't make. Kyle Williams, I kind of want the woman who made Eternals to actually make a DC film. Yeah, I like the Eternals. It was different. It was unique. She would do great. Android 180XX, news about DC has always been highs and lows, like a roller coaster. I'm afraid so. It's a bit like real life. John, did Patty even read any Wonder Woman comics before doing Wonder Woman 84? No. Her reference for Wonder Woman is Linda Carter's TV series. She thinks that's the source material. Ben Pottimeyer, the arc Zack created. Ha ha ha. Cam Newton, I didn't really like the Eternals despite the speedster scenes. I think that film is a one-off. It'll be interesting what they do about it. I think they may want to save their pride and might give her something on Disney Plus. Reno Jack, great constructive. Reno Jack, great constructive discourse today, folks. Yep, Trill J, I'm loving it. Trill J, John, I think she just wanted to stand up for women, but that was the wrong way. And I think Gal just went along because she wanted a check. Yeah, listen, it's a Wonder Woman film. It's not about sticking up for women. You can stick up for women by doing a great Wonder Woman character and film. That's how you stick up for women. Cam Newton, the only thing Marvel has going for itself is X-Men and Fantastic Four. It's going to be really hard for them to redevelop and recreate X-Men. It was done so well in the first two movies. A very big challenge for Faye. The only thing that looks good on you is me. It'll be interesting what they do with Fantastic Four as well. Reno Jack, hypothetically, how about the guy playing Elvis as Wolverine? Yay or nay? I'd rather see him play Superman. So that's a nay for me. I don't think he'd do a good job. He doesn't look like, nah, not going to work. Trill J, Wonder Woman was such a beautiful film. What the hell was 84? Although I might watch 84 again. Ooh, brave a man like you must be. Look, you must be a sadist. But yeah, the first Wonder Woman movie was sensational. So that proves that the person who did Wonder Woman 84 really didn't have much to do with the first Wonder Woman. Makes sense. Ben Pottimeyer, blah, blah, women empowered. One of my favorite characters is Sarah Connor. She's a woman. She doesn't remind us every 5 minutes. Exactly. Cam Newton, the first Wonder Woman was really good despite the third act. I love the third act of Wonder Woman. I don't have a problem with the third act of Wonder Woman. I can't believe people contrived against that third act. It was emotional. She chooses love in the end. She's nearly seduced by Ares. It's a fantastic third act. As I say, it's emotional and compelling. I love that entire movie. John, I wonder if they will use Dr. Doom as the villain in the new Fantastic Four movie. Well, they may do. If they do, I hope they do him good. Reno Jack, fair enough. I don't even really know what his voice sounds like when he's not playing Elvis. Anyways, they're never going to outdo Hugh Jackman. They shouldn't even be bringing Wolverine back. Trill J, I think what it was, that Snyder kind of helped her a bit, but she wanted him gone. So when they finally got rid of him, she did what she wanted all along. But that's just the theory. And what she did was wrong, and what Snyder did was right. Channel Grey. Any news rumors for the Batman 2 plot points or villains predictions? I've already said I think it's Batman Arkham, the sequel. Reno Jack, Ben, Sarah Connor. Ben, Sarah Connor is all time. Definitely. Smash that like button before I go. Kyle Williams, I hope they release some of the trailer from CinemaCon, at least Black Adam. They owe us that much, yes. And other studios have already released some stuff. Typical WB. Ben Pottimer, third act is so good. In Wonder Woman, the beginning of the CGI on the beach fight is kind of choppy. No, I think it's great CGI and too much jumping around. No, I liked it. Alex, who would you want to direct of The Dark Knight Returns live action adaptation? And who would you want to play Batman as Superman? Oh, Batman and Superman. Very interesting. So you need an older actor. I think Hugh Jackman would be fucking amazing as Batman. Who would I want to direct the movie? Well, I think Snyder could do a good job with it. Trilogy, Channel Grey, no, just that is getting a sequel. I hope they ramp up the action. No, let's detective work. It's time for Rob to show off those fight skills even more. He's already an above life Batman. So I'm literally falling asleep now. Nothing to do with your good selves. I woke up at 3 a.m. Yeah. Ben Pottimer, it's great to see her at the beginning of the movie, then see her conquer her and kill the Terminator. They don't make them like they used to. They certainly don't. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I will see you again tomorrow. John Ripley is one of the best female leads in the Alien movies. I couldn't agree more. Trill J, I'll feel the same, Trill J. Thanks for all the comments and the positivity and the likes, everyone. Until I see you again, goodbye. Au revoir. I'll feel the same. Carl Williams, I hope the Superman Golden Age movie is its own separate universe, light matched universe. I think that's exactly what it is. Trill J, host with the most. Just ask your daughters. Oh, well, ask your girlfriends and your wives. I think we'll keep it at that. Reno Jack, have a great one, Mick, and all bring that same energy to the chats going forward. It was a good one today. It certainly was. It's great when it flows, right? So thank you very much, everyone. Let's finish off my poll. What would you rather in the Flash movie? Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne, Batman, 42%. Michael Keaton, 58%. Wrongly wins the poll, but there you go. It's all about opinions. Trill J, ha ha ha. Cam Newton, bye. Kyle Williams, see you later. Trill J, Ben, Faith, Alfred. Ben Pottimeyer, bye all. Thank you very much, everyone. It's turning into a long goodbye. I will see you again soon. Goodbye.